Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. I certainly hope you're having a better day than the people in the background whose building's on fire, that's for sure. And also, I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I've been a busy little bee since the last episode, which was annoyingly, a week ago. I do apologize for that. I've just sort of been doing different things. I don't want to make excuses. I could have got an episode out. I didn't. It's, I don't really have an excuse, and I apologize. But I have some cool stuff planned for this episode, the next one and the one after, that I'm hoping will come out in pretty quick succession. So stay tuned for that. One of those things is this area here. I want to hopefully get it finished at some point in the near future. You'll notice there's been a few changes. We'll dive into the details of those in just a second, because there's another change that I want to show you first. And that change is this section of road right here, which is new. It's part of the highway that was in the map before. I just tore it out and I built some kind of interchange here, and there's a reason for it. Basically, I needed traffic to be able to get off this road, go all the way down here, and you'll notice we actually have a new area down here. This is gonna be a new industrial area. There is actually zoning in there already for offices and industry. This is also where all of our water pumping is done these days. I've taken the water towers out, and there's a reason for that we'll get to in just a moment. And all of our water pumping is done here. It generates its own power. It has connection to the sewage output way upriver. And keep in mind, this is pretty far from everything. Like, this is seriously far from everything. But I wanted to put this out here because I thought, I zoomed out of the map and I saw this area and I thought it looked really interesting, so I thought it would be another cool area to do some key work with. So that's pretty much what I did. I've also done some paths in here. I've done some detailing with fences and all that stuff. I'm actually looking at this area here and thinking we could maybe get a fire station into that space if we didn't have a fence here. So yeah, we can actually do that perfectly. So fire station right there is going to be kind of nice. I could probably get away with doing a bit more concrete, painting in there, but we'll maybe do that in just a minute. Basically, this whole area is just going to be another industrial space. It's going to take away a little bit from other industrial spaces, and it means that, we have a nice balance. We also have train connections. You might have noticed already, but we have some train connections. We do have one redundant line that doesn't go anywhere because I thought it would look better. But this right here doesn't actually have external connections to my knowledge. I don't believe this train line... Yep, this train line here only has connections to the city. This one here only has connections to the city and does have our purple line running back and forth there. I'm not really sure if anyone uses it. That's looking like a solid no. But that's all right. In time, I'm sure they will. I imagine a train would probably be quicker than driving out here, which, by the way, they totally can do with this right here. So I'm just going to change this, and that's going to be us getting started for the day, I guess. I do want to go in, and I do want to say that this road here should be a bit of a regional one, I think. And this right here could probably be turned into one as well. You might be wondering why I decided to have this road snake around as much as I did as well, because I don't usually do that. I usually do a little bit of a curve, but I don't usually commit to that much of one. I'll show you that in just one second, because I do need to fix this first and make sure that this is all going where it needs to be going. Basically, there is an overlay called Terrain Heights that you can use to get a pretty good topographical map of, I think it's topographical, of what's going on around here. And you'll notice there's a hill over there, there's some raised areas here. So basically, I tried to keep the road going through and following these lines. If it cuts through them, it's sort of, in this case, sloping down. Continuing to slope down here. Basically, I tried to have it follow the slope down rather than going uphill and all that stuff. So it sort of goes around the slopes. It cuts through here, sort of goes around that sort of basin there on the left, and just continues its way over. The only exception to it really is this part here, which, to be totally honest, we could fix very quickly with a bit of move it. But I'm not really that concerned about it. I also did, as you can see, another bit of key work there just to sink that road down, which, to be honest, we've kind of done nearly everywhere at this point, so this isn't exactly unique to this area anymore, but I like it nonetheless. I think it looks the part. I think it looks neat. So it's right there and it's going to be staying there. And hopefully this area will build up and have some cool stuff going on. I would really love to see passengers coming out here. Hey, there's one. That was good timing. Thank you for that, bud. Where'd you go? Where did he go? Does he work at? I guess he works at. Oh, hold on. Oh, we have someone waiting to get off the train. There we go. All right. It's a successful thing, is what it is. And there's some cargo coming in as well. Are you picking up or are you dropping off? What are you doing? Hey, there you go. Not bad. Okay. I'm pleased. I'm pleased that that's up and working. This is a little project I've been working on just a little bit here and there. I know it doesn't look like much, and it really isn't much. Like, this really didn't take any time at all. I've occasionally booted up Cities Skylines for 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there, and I've just, like, thrown a couple of keys down, you know, zoomed out, looked at it, and went, that's okay. And then about 2 hours ago, I demolished everything I built and then built this, saved it, and then took a break to get lunch, and then came back to record this. So here we are. How's your day been? Hopefully a little bit better than mine, because my throat is completely shot at the moment. In terms of the port here, you might be wondering why I did this canal thing. Because I was really adamant I wasn't going to do stupid terraforming. And to be fair, I don't think this is stupid terraforming. I like this. I think it looks really neat, especially once we get boats coming through here. It's going to look even better. I just, you know, it sort of keeps the same shape of the area. It just adds something a little bit more unique to it, and I like that. So we'll have some boats going through there at some point. In fact, hold on a minute. This here is a ferry and bus exchange. This down here is our ferry depot, in case you were curious. I don't know if I showed myself placing that in the last episode. And the ferry line does currently sort of loop around there. What I'm realizing is I could probably, I could absolutely get a ferry line up here, which I might do. Oh, that's tempting. Can I get it here? No. Well, I could, but it wouldn't really look that good. I could get it on the side there. I think, honestly, tucked away in there might be the best spot for it. So let's do a bit of ferry work, because it'll be nice having them going up and down the river. So we'll throw it, I guess, right there. It's gonna need to be lowered, that's for sure. Let me just go ahead and select that and get you down to road height there. That's better. So yeah, that's not too bad. The key sort of clips through it, but I'm not too worried there. As for the roads, we do want them to come out, and we do want it to sort of snap in line with that. This side can sort of, I guess, come out. I don't know where that's going to go, honestly. That's probably fine. It can be like a little cut-off thing. This path, though, I'm looking at, I'm thinking, extend it out slightly, and then just bring it across. We'll just sort of keep the dirt path in there. Don't think we need to go too crazy there, so we'll just do no angle snapping and straight to about there. That should be fine. Not too worried about the dirt path. This side, similar story, just straight up to there. And, you know what? I think I do want to just extend this road slightly to probably there. And then we'll bring the dirt across again, just to make it look the part. So there we go. That'll totally work. We can actually go ahead and link all that up, which I'm so excited about. I mean, we did it with the vanilla series, which, by the way, a bunch of people have been asking me if we're going to continue the vanilla Let's Play. Absolutely. Yes, we are going to be continuing the vanilla Let's Play. I'm focusing on campus at the minute. I want to get a decent number of campus episodes out, and then we'll go back and start going into the vanilla stuff, because I do enjoy a bit of vanilla Cities Skylines. I think it's fun to watch as well for people that maybe play on console and don't have access to all of the mods the PC has, which, you know, I get that. I actually have played, you know, I've played Cities on console before. I did some stuff with the Xbox version, I believe. I don't know if I've played the PlayStation version. I think I was talking about it at one point. But I did some stuff with the Xbox version. I've played the version on I almost said the Nintendo Wii. On the Switch as well. I've played Cities Skylines on Switch. I play that usually when I'm traveling, actually, so I do play console version. And as a note, don't let anybody tell you that, you know, you're wrong for enjoying a game on one platform versus another. All right, I just want to throw that out there because it's that old console war thing that people do. It's like, oh, my platform's better than your platform. Who cares, man? Who really cares? Do I need to loop these around? Is that a thing I need to do? Do these need to loop? I'm starting to think they might. I actually genuinely don't know. That's a depot. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, that. All right, well, yeah, there's me problem. There's me problem. The ferry stop's a lot smaller, isn't it? All right. Well, yep, that'll do. That'll definitely cause a bit of a pickle. Let's take these back a bit. I can't believe I didn't notice that. But yeah, on the console point, I just want to I'm really not a fan of the whole like console war thing. I really yeah, there's better games here, but then you can look at it and go, oh, there's better games in my platform. Like, it's kind of just what you enjoy and where your friends are, right? Like, I got an Xbox One because all of my friends were on Xbox 360 and we're also going to be getting Xbox Ones, right? Obviously, you have that investment. You've put however many years into playing on your Xbox Live account and all that stuff, but really at the end of the day, it's what games do you enjoy and where are your friends? And if you haven't played the system before, then it's just what games do you think you'll enjoy? Is it going to be God of War? Is it going to be Halo? Is it going to be The Last of Us? Is it going to be Gears of War? Is it Cities Skylines? Then good news, it's available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. Like, the whole console war thing is so unnecessary. It's so frustrating to see because people just get uppity about it. It's like, oh, my platform's better. Who cares? Just enjoy video games, man. We live in a world where you can be a super soldier in 7-foot-tall green armor. In that same world, you can be a city planner, designer, painter, and builder. In that same world, you can do whatever. Oh man, I don't understand why people get so uppity about video games. And I say that as someone that really loves video games. I get really passionate about them, yeah, but I don't understand the need to put someone down because they play on the blue box versus the green box or the red box. It doesn't matter. Just chill, enjoy your games, have a good time, and especially in the day and age where YouTube's a thing and anyone can share in your gaming adventures, it's so silly. It's so silly. It really is. This isn't even people have described this series as a one-man podcast, by the way. This isn't even this is ranting. This is rambling and ranting, and I'm sorry, but I just like games, man. I just like video games, and I wish people would chill. That's all I want, is people to be like, you know what? Video games are great. Because you know what? Video games are great, man. They really are. Also, we need far fewer boats on this line. Let's go for 3. Because no one's going to use this thing. So get some of those boats out there and just stick with 3 of them, because that's going to be 100% for the best. There we go. We got 3 boats right there. They're, of course, ever so slightly grouped up, but that's fine. We'll not worry too much about that. I also want to see, is anyone actually... Oh, people are waiting for the bus. Fantastic. All right, that's good. People are waiting for the bus. That's nice. I'll tell you what I want to do, and I mentioned that we'd talk about this a little bit later on. You'll notice this road's gone. I want to get started on the zoo. I want to do it. You'll notice as well, the cemeteries are both empty. That's because, obviously, we have a lot of people in the city. We did unlock crematoriums, and we do, in fact, have a decent number of crematoriums around here. We don't have any out here, though. Might want to fix that. I might want to fix that, and I think I will by doing a little bit of that. And we might also want some garbage disposal, so we'll throw a recycling sensor. Let's see. I'm sort of thinking up there. I'm sort of thinking down here. I'm sort of thinking in there is probably going to be our best spot. So recycling center in there is totally fine. Yeah, that works. Little recycling center there to deal with garbage. Probably going to need policing as well. That's a complaint I'm seeing. So let's do a police station there. Fire coverage is already out here. And then medical is something I'm debating doing or not. I think we'll see how they go with medical out here because it might not be totally necessary. It really just might not be needed. Anyway, like I said, I want to get started with the zoo today. I want to see if we can start filling in this area back here. I want to see if we can turn it into something that looks really interesting. And in doing that, I actually want to see if I can turn this right here into a main road. So that whole, 4-lane thing here is going to continue through. And this is gonna become a main road. It's gonna have to because it comes straight off the highway there. What I'm also thinking is that I'm tempted to sort of turn this area into like a one-way road going left here. Obviously, that's the flow of traffic. Don't know why I had to specify. But I want it to go that way. I'm gonna need anarchy to do this. That's gonna get rid of some of my fences too. But I want it going that way, because it does sort of link up there. It's sort of going to give like almost an artificial roundabout looking thing. I think it will do a decent little job. Now, in terms of putting that fence back in there, this is going to be fun, isn't it? This is going to be good. This is what I love doing in Cities Skylines, is placing these fences down because I'm so good at them. You know what? That one actually looked all right. That's not bad. This one here is going to be tricky, I think. No? Am I getting good at freeforming things? I feel like I'm getting decent at freeforming, like, fences. I'm happy about that. I'm quite happy about that. All right. That's not bad. All right, so what I want to do as well, though, is I want to go in and I basically want to just de-zone the area directly surrounding that road, because I want to make sure that, number one, I can notice it from far away, and number two, residential's not on it. I want to do the same with this road because it's not going to become a main road. So we're going to take all of the zoning off of that road that's residential. Probably going to replace it with offices, I'm thinking. Offices are a pretty good bet for these kind of roads. So we'll take out all of that zoning. We now have this as a one-way system, which honestly is looking a bit worse for wear already, which is great. That's just what you want with your new one-way system. Also, I can't upgrade those roads. Hold on, I can turn off road collisions. Someone pointed that button out to me a little while ago. I think it was Twitter. They were like, hey, you can turn off road collisions when you upgrade them? And I'm like, oh my God. And then I went and did it a little bit, and I just remembered that we have it. I'm so excited about that button. It means I don't have to redo all this. But there we go. This whole area is now being cleared out. It looks a little bit easier to maintain. And then this area up here, I'm looking at, I'm thinking I want to clear that out as well, at least partially. Because I'm thinking that area should be, wait, everywhere does have power still, right? Yeah. Just wanted to make sure I hadn't cut anything off there. Everything here should be fancy, I think. Everything here should look like it's part of the zoo, I guess, parking lots or whatever. Which I don't have yet, by the way. I need to get some parking lot assets, but we'll do that in time. Let's just paint this district first and foremost, and let's just get this nonsense started. I don't know if I've ever built a park on this scale before. I know this one's huge, but I mean, this one's going to be detailed. This one's going to have a lot going on. So this is going to be a little different for me. It'll be a bit of a challenge, I think. But it's a challenge I'm definitely looking forward to. I'll take that bit off the road there, and we want to follow out this way. I want to use these highway roads as boundaries. I'll probably tidy up the districts and take it off of the highway roads, to be honest. So going over them a little bit is not too big a deal. I just want to use them as a general guide for where the oh no, not that. For where the zoo is actually going to end up being. So we'll bring it out. We'll bring it around here. And honestly, that's probably far enough. So we'll just bring this sort of straight out to there. Yeah, that looks all right. That's actually not super huge. It's got some heft to it, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I think we can make this work. Let's just tidy up this little bit, since, as we all know, and you know to say it with me, a neat district is, of course, a happy district. I could have left you hanging there. I really could have. And if you were saying that out loud, which you should have been, because I did, you would have sounded silly. Well, actually, no, you would have sounded like we finish each other's sentences, which yeah, could be considered adorable, actually. So, you know, I'll take that back. You wouldn't have sounded silly. Would have been adorable. I can't, that doesn't know. I'm not the kind of YouTuber that can pull off adorable, am I? I'm too cynical to be like, yeah, you guys are adorable. Yeah, got the most adorable YouTube audience on YouTube. I don't think I can pull that off. I don't vlog enough or have enough brightly colored hairstyles to pull that off. Maybe someday. We'll see. Anyway, Pleasant Grounds is going to be the name of the zoo. You can notice I'm moving swiftly on. And the main gate never goes central. It just... Man, why? Why did they do this? Why do they do this? Like, why is it an odd number? Like, okay, you know what? You thought earlier was a rant. Allow me, right? If we're doing this, right? So, the zoo main gate is 5 by 5 or whatever it is. It's 5 on one of the faces. Why is it then that the default spacing for zoning is right there at 4? Because then what you end up doing is this. You leave a gap of 8 if you're doing grids, which I don't care what anyone says is the most efficient way to lay out your roads. It is. It's not great for traffic, but in terms of pure zoning, like, it just, I don't understand. I know I have move it. I know you're probably thinking, you know, you've got move it. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It bugs me so much. It shouldn't bug me as much as it does, but it bugs me so much. It gets me so annoyed. It really genuinely gets me so annoyed because it's just, I just don't understand. I just don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why would you do this? Like, if you've ever seen that video, the guy that's like, you know, he's doing something on camera, someone slaps him and he's like, I can't believe you've done this. That's me. It's not like me in the video. That's me right now. It's like, I can't believe you've done this. You've probably seen the video. You know the video I'm talking about. That's me right now. I can't believe they've done this. It feels like a personal attack. I'll be honest. It feels like a targeted attempt at triggering me. It's probably not. Let's be honest. It's not. But it feels like it. All right. And in 2019, that's not. You know what? Let's not go there. Never mind. Again, moving swiftly on. We are not getting into getting into some hot water there. Let me see. Can I do anything interesting with these walls? It feels like they're going to connect in a weird way, which I'm not a huge fan of. I want to bring it out to there, and I want to just try and straighten that up a little bit. So up to about there. Then this side, similar story to about there, and then straighten it up a little bit so it's more parallel with the road. This thing being on a hill is going to look weird. It's going to look really weird on a hill, isn't it? Also, what do I have at the minute? I have the Zoo Plaza. We have the cafe, the souvenir shop, the restrooms, the moose and reindeer enclosure, the birdhouse, and the antelope enclosure. Okay, we'll figure out where all that's going in just a second. Let me do I have road length on? I didn't, and this doesn't actually conform to road length. Interesting. Okay, well that's gonna be fun. Let me use guidelines then to try and measure this out to about there, because I want to put a plaza directly in front of the entrance, because I think it'll look nice. So like you come in and you can sort of go straight into this plaza, think that'll be all right. I'm trying to figure out where everything should be. So, the moose and reindeer, it's huge for one. Like, it's massive. Can I make sure that all my collisions are on? They are. All right. So this enclosure is pretty big. The birdhouse is pretty sizable. The birdhouse should probably not be right against the highway. I feel that the birds would get really distressed by that. I guess the moose and reindeer enclosure could be. I'm gonna need to put fences and stuff around all this as well, aren't I? Should we do that first? I feel like we should do the fences first. Because I feel like the whole thing is going to be enclosed, isn't it? It can have alternate entrances. That's no problem. But... wait, what is this? Small main gate? Oh, it's not a size. Oh. Alright. Wait, what size is this? 3! Why? Why 3? I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Again, everything in the game is measured. You know what? It's not even worth it. I'm not even gonna bother. It's just not worth the hassle, is it? It's really not. I'm just tired and old, and apparently I don't understand why things in Cities Skylines are measured. Like, buildings are measured in odd numbers. You know what? It's probably just to, like... really? It's probably just to give them an interesting, like... do I want to use the word dynamic here? I feel like using the word dynamic is really... I don't want to say pretentious. But it probably is. Like, it's probably in an attempt to break away from the whole, like, everything is perfectly even in the game. It's still frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. It's still really frustrating. I just want it to fit, man. I just want to be able to do my grids and then have my things fit and just have everything work. I feel old rambling about this, I'll be honest. This is one of the few, well, I was going to say one of the few things that makes me feel old. That's a lie. There's a lot of things that make me feel old these days. We were recently discussing on one of the Discord servers that I moderate. We were discussing like gaming when people were younger. So for me, that was like Windows. I think the first Windows I used would have probably been 93. Now I was born in 1993. But I think we had a PC that was running Windows 93. I mean, technically, I probably used it when I was like 2. You know, I'm not saying I was a hyper-intelligent baby. What I'm saying is I would have been sat there sort of, you know, probably drooling on it a little bit or whatever. You know, not much has changed these days, but that's beside the point. Yeah, I probably, you know, hammered the keyboard a little bit when I was a baby. But I'm just assuming. I don't know if that's actually true. Probably is. But yeah, the first Windows I used would have probably been 93. And that was, I mean, it's weird to think about how far we've come with like technology, right? That's what makes me feel old these days. Like, honestly, Fortnite makes me feel old because when I was a young boy, when I was a wee lad, here we go. Grandpa conflict coming out here. But it's true. When I was younger, like my shooters didn't involve, like shooters were point at the guy and shoot him. And then Fortnite is just ridiculous. It's point at the guy, shoot him, deal with the fact he's turned into an 8-story building, and then you yourself turn into an 8-story building. And it's not even like take a second to do it. It's not like Minecraft where you're, you know, gonna take a couple of minutes. It's literally in like it's not even 3 seconds. It's in a split second. Just immediate 8-story building. That's just the game. And I've tried. I have genuinely tried to get into Fortnite. I've genuinely tried to find enjoyment in Fortnite. And I'm not saying it's a bad game. It is just not for me. It is the thing that makes me feel old. It is the game that makes me feel old. Because I just don't get it. I just don't. I can't. I've tried so many times to get into Fortnite. And I want to get into it because it seems like it would be fun if I was good at it. And I'm one of those people, like, I grew up, you know, in my formative years. In my formative years, I grew up playing Halo 3. Which is true. I was very good at Halo 3. And I was very good at Call of Duty 4. And I was very good at Rainbow Six Vegas. And Vegas 2. And all the Call of Duty games. And then Halo Reach, etc., etc. And then I got into PC gaming. I played a lot of Minecraft. I got into a lot of management games. And I grew up playing management games. I grew up playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I grew up playing... there was one called Hotel Tycoon that I got from a bargain bin. I feel like I've told this story before, so I'll not get too much into that. But I tried to play Fortnite, and it's just... I spent so many years away from shooters that I guess my reflexes for those games are just not there anymore. I just don't have the muscle memory anymore. Or whatever it is. I might just be making excuses, it's a possibility, but it feels like, you know, there's a degree of muscle memory that you can get by playing it all day, every day, which is the thing. You know, when I was good at Call of Duty and Rainbow Six and Halo, I was playing those games every day. You know, I didn't have a job. I didn't have work to do. And you might be sitting there going, hold on a minute, isn't your job YouTube? Can't you just, like, you know, play those games for your job? Yeah, I could. But go look at the one Fortnite video I posted in the channel in the, you know, however long ago it was. It was for like season 6. Go look at the views on that after however many months. And you'll see why it's not a good, like, I want to play Fortnite, right? I don't want to play it so much that I don't have a job. You know what I mean? I would like to play it. I'd like to be good at it. I also like having a job. You know, I like being able to pay my bills. So that's why this isn't a Fortnite channel, in case you were curious. Although for April Fools, I was really tempted to rebrand as a Fortnite channel for a day. I did like 50% of the work to make it look like a convincing Fortnite channel. Like the channel icon would have been like one of the Fortnite characters. The banner would have been like all the Fortnite skins and all that. I had an idea that I think would have been brilliant, but could have backfired because and if anyone believed it, they would have immediately unsubscribed. So yeah, probably not a good idea to do that, basically, is what I'm getting at. Probably not a good idea. Probably for the best that I didn't do that. Well, this is nice. We have moose, and reindeer. We got a nice enclosure. Moose. It's moose. It's like sheep. I don't know. I know this. I know this. I should know this. All right. It's moose. All right. We have moose in that's a weird word. It doesn't work. It's like, I feel like this is a case of, it's not a weird word. It's my accent, but I'm going to commit and say it's a weird word. Anyway, we have those in there. I do want to get the other enclosures in here as well. So I do want to get the antelope enclosure. And I feel like putting that near a road is super dangerous, to be totally honest, because antelope, they jump. Although they do have some pretty high fences there. So that should be all. Did they just burp? Pretty sure I just heard an antelope burp. Interesting. All right. Well, fair enough. Let's see. We'll do a little road across there. That should be fine. We'll bring... Actually, could I just have that curve over? Would that be a thing? 5... Yeah. Okay. That looks all right. That's not too bad. I like that. I think we could probably get away with having a little bit of a path come out here. So something sort of like that. And then have this come out, have that maybe go to there and like that. And I reckon I could get a nice little curve in there. So if I was to do that, take out those parts, and then just have this curve around, possibly. This actually might not work, but we'll find out. Does that look all right? That looks all right. I can live with that. Yeah, no, I can't. I tried. I did. I tried. I just can't. I want this area here to be quite clear, though. Because I'm thinking in there is where we could do stuff like a cafe or a souvenir shop. A souvenir shop right there could be nice. Antelope souvenirs, I guess. That doesn't sound as exciting as I thought it would. That doesn't, I'll be honest, I didn't think it would sound exciting at all, but it just doesn't sound exciting flat out. But that's all right. Let's see here. Let me do that kind of thing as well. So it's kind of like a weird grid. Yes, my zoo has a grid. It's not going to have a grid forever, but it has a grid. That's fine. Let me see. So what is this? This is a restroom. All right. Let's do a restroom like next to the entrance, and let's do like a cafe next to the restroom so that, you know, when the obviously terrible zoo food hits your system, you know, you've got somewhere to go. That's what that's about. Let's also lower that down a little bit so it's nice and level. I am going to want to put a lot of trees along this, I think, just to try and, you know, bring it all together. I definitely think that'll be a good idea. I think down here is maybe where the bird enclosure could go. Maybe. I do want to I think down here, like maybe way on its own, but it's still next to a highway. That's kind of my issue. It's still like right on a highway, which isn't, it's not ideal, but I mean, it's kind of always going to be on a highway, if we're honest with ourselves. Like, it's kind of always going to be there. So maybe just bird enclosure can go like way out on its own. Yeah, we'll do there. Oh, I had anarchy on, didn't I? Of course I did. All right, well, can I use a bit of move it to fix that? No, I can't. Okay, well, we're going to place that again. That's fine. Bird enclosure right there. Do I have prop and tree? Are those in the enclosure? It's kind of hard to tell. I think they are. I don't have prop and... Wait a minute. No, they're not. Of course. All right, well, that's fine. Clear out as much of that as I can, which is probably that much. I do want to put trees around it still, but I want to leave like a noticeable... I don't want to use the word exclusion zone, but it's kind of what it is. I want to leave like a noticeable, hey, this is a place where there are not trees around this. But exclusion zone seems like, exclusion zone is, yeah, that's a bit much, I think. A little bit excessive, possibly. A little bit of, not quite the right term, methinks. Anyway, let's do a path. It can just go, honestly, I think it can just go straight off the arrow there. So straight out, and honestly, probably just straight over to this entrance here. So in line, down to there, and then we'll have this sort of maybe curve, maybe freeform a little bit up this way. I'd love to get it parallel to that road, actually. I was thinking I didn't want to do that, but I actually, I kind of do. So basically that, and take you out and basically turn off guidelines. We want to go from, hold on, give me grid snapping, please. So from there, we might be able to get a decent curve here. Obviously, this one is a little bit tighter to everything, but that should be all right. That looks kind of terrible, actually. Okay. I am not really a fan of that. Okay. Take out these two buildings. I'm going to get this right. 100% going to get this right. Take out you. Give me grid snapping, please, not road guidelines. And our grid snapping is going to be like that. So it's going to be 2 from the road, which means there. And then we should be able to get a much better curve. That's better. And then I guess what we could do is that. Obviously, we probably just want to do this. as well. No. No, we don't want to do that. How can I make this look not terrible? I guess that sort of works. Maybe do this. Like, yeah, you know, I'll take you out. No, I just took out the wrong one. I'm having a rough time getting these roads in here the way I want them, but there you go. Or these paths in here the way I want them. But it's fine, we're getting there. Let me see. Grid snapping, turn off guidelines. Guidelines are proving to be a pain. Like, they're great, don't get me wrong. I love road guidelines in Cities Skylines. Like, they're just fantastic. I really genuinely love them. But they're also such a pain sometimes. Anyway, there we go. We have that road going around. We don't have anything to link over to over there right now, but that's okay. So this should, you know, attract people to the zoo a little bit. These guys up here don't have any water, which is a fair complaint. The animals do need to drink. So we'll get them some water. Just like so. You do have water, so that's all right. And what does this need to level up then? So this is going to need more visitors. The attractiveness level is fine though, so that's good. I wasn't going to be doing much with it anyway, so that's nice that it's already there. Let me also just double check. This doesn't have any trees. It shouldn't. I'm going to clear out some trees. I am actually going to go in and clear out these trees. Just to really nail home that whole, you know, each thing is in its own area thing. I'll put them back in, don't get me wrong. I want this area to have a good bit of nature to it. I'm probably going to raise up some of the, like, the hillsides here to really make it feel like it's conforming to nature a bit more. But this is just sort of the beginning of the zoo. It's really basic, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, ooh. Like, it's not great right now, is it? It's really not. Let me take out these trees as well, and I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me try and make this look a little better. I think if we were to go in with some of these Steam Workshop trees, sort of just dot them around in here, in this space between, you know, the roads and the zoo itself. Just dot a bunch of these trees in. We'll put more trees in here as well, but these are going to be sort of the bulk of, like, the natural barrier. So something like that. They're not great looking from far away, but that's fine. We'll do some regular pine trees in there as well. So just a bunch of those. They don't actually look all that... They look really... How have I managed to make them look like they're all paired up? How have I done that by randomly placing them? That's... I want to say it's a talent, but it's not a useful one. It's arguable... Well, it's not even a talent, is it? It's completely useless. I've just managed to make trees that were supposed to look natural look completely grouped up without even meaning to do it. Does my mind just operate on the assumption that everything is a grid? I feel like it might. I feel like there is a solid chance that's how my mind works. Let's do a couple of these weird, like, super tall trees in there as well. Just to break it up a little bit. Again, looks a bit weird. I think when this all goes, like, high rise and high density, it'll look better. But I do want to put, you know, a couple of small olive trees in there, which are, again, pretty rough from far away, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make this look decent. This area in front, we're going to want to do something with, but I think what I need to do, honestly, is I need to go in and I need to say that these right here are going to be high density. I think these right here need to be high density. And I think all of this back here is going to need to be high density as well. I think having high density stuff right next to the zoo is going to make it look a little bit better. So let's just let a lot of that build. Let me go in and dezone all of that and then rezone as much of this as I possibly can. So just all of that space there can go high density. And like I said, I think that'll help. I think that's going to make it look a little better. I'm noticing buildings are building on trees. Is there a reason for that? Collisions. That's why, probably. I think it's not anarchy. It's not prop and tree anarchy either. If I was to bulldoze a bunch of you... Yeah, there we go. So now they're getting rid of the trees. All right, that's fine. So yeah, suddenly when you get rid of the trees that are across the road from it, it looks like a much better natural barrier, which is kind of what we're going for. So that's good. Back here along the highway, is probably going to need something similar. In fact, what I think we're going to do is I'm going to clear out a lot of this middle space. I'm going to keep the rocks in there. And I will put a lot of these trees back. I just really want to define where the zoo is right now because it's bugging me. It just looks really messy. So take out all of those. And then we go in and basically do the same thing that we did down here. Just hopefully make it look less regular. All right, so that looks a little bit better. It looks more defined. It's definitely going to need some work. I want to make it look, I guess, dense. I want to make it look like it has a lot going on. I want to make it look like, you know, there's souvenir shops and toilets and cafes and all that stuff. So I kind of need to, wait, we have this as well. We have the ants. Oh, we have, yeah, we've already placed that. Never mind. I thought we'd unlocked something new there. Let's see here. I want to do, I think this can be a square of some sort, right? It's a rectangle, but we're going to make it a square. I'm also going to move this over to about there, I want to say. And then we could do another one next to it, because I think that might look all right. So sort of two of those right next to each other. We'll go and use a little bit of move it just to try and center them a little better. And we'll just rotate ever so slightly just to get them looking ever so slightly better. So right about there seems fine. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So we get two of those in there. What I want to do is throw, I think, a souvenir shop. And I know we're really on the line with money here. I'm pretty sure the reason for that is taxes as well. So we'll go up to 12% on all of those, and that'll probably help us a fair bit. But I do want to get like a souvenir shop in maybe, let's say there, right? Souvenir shop right on that corner. I think next to it, we're going to want a cafe of some sort. So cafe right there. And I think next to that, we'll just do a toilet. All right, so just have them in a row there. I want this kind of look for certain parts of the zoo. I want parts of it to look like they're built up, and then I want to try and create some natural barriers between certain areas and all that stuff. So like the birds down here are fine. I'll probably put like, I don't know, lions over here. I don't think we're going to have enough room to do everything in here either. That's going to be one of the challenges of this, I think, but I want to try. I definitely want to try. I'm also thinking that I want to do some high density commercial all along there, and that I want to tear out all of, actually I want to zone that bit. I want to tear out all of this, replace it with high density residential, and then I think what we'll do is stick to my idea that along this road is going to be nothing but offices, which is going to be a little bit weird. They're going to have some weird shapes to them, but that's okay. Nothing but offices along that road so that it's, so that it doesn't get too busy with traffic going through. Hey, we got the insect and amphibian and reptile house, and we also got the bison enclosure. Nice. I'm really glad that's leveling up quickly. Would have been awkward if it didn't. We'll take out these guys as well and just start putting some high density commercial into a lot of these spaces too. Just to try and do some cool stuff. I want to take that out of there though, because that was a bit of weird zoning on a path there. And then yeah, that should be pretty good. I think that'll go a long way to really making it look like the zoo is. This is backing up. This has been here for 5 minutes. And it's backing up. How have I done this? How have I managed this? Let me, so that you guys get priority, you guys give way, right? You guys give way. You guys give way. Basically, everyone that's not on the thing here, on like the roundabout almost, has to give way. And then I imagine that will help filter out the traffic, right? So you guys here should be giving way as well. There we go. So that's kind of helping to filter it out a little bit. These guys are kind of stuck waiting for traffic to come through, but that's okay. Yeah, that seems to, that actually, yeah, that worked perfectly. Okay. That's all right then. Right here currently has traffic lights. We're gonna let that have traffic lights. I'm not too worried about changing that up. And, yeah, this whole area is actually building kind of nicely. I'm kind of pleased with that. I think it's gonna look really good when it has just all high density in there. I know we haven't expanded on any of our zoning in a while. Let's actually do that. Let's see if we can just boost the population a little bit. So let's see. I want to do a row of, commercial there, and I'm going to do commercial there as well. So that it's like a buffer between this, like, sunken highway thing. And then I want to do... I'm almost tempted to do a path, but I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do a bunch of residential back there. So just like that. I think in here could be a block of offices, and I think in here could be a block of offices as well. So that'll be a pretty nice nice group to have build there. Probably going to add a lot of traffic to the area, but that's fine. I think it'll look pretty good, and it will boost the population a little bit. And, oh wow, this is backing up a fair bit as well. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully we'll figure that out. I mean, we were going to have a road sort of connecting through here, but, that's not going to be happening anymore. This area down here, how's it looking? Is it built? It is. It's not having traffic problems. There are people waiting for the trains as well, which is beautiful news. There's no one waiting for the boats, which is to be expected, to be totally honest. Not really surprised that no one's interested in the boats. There are people waiting in the bus, though, which is good. I mean, this area in here was kind of supposed to be the bus stop space, but, that didn't really work out, did it? It still technically could be. We could upgrade it if I really wanted to. I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I need to. I don't know that I need more buses, to be honest. I mean, we could and probably should have a bus stop, like move this one to the zoo, right? Wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I'll keep it in there. They can walk. Like, there's a decent number of people already waiting for the buses there. They can walk. That's fine. All right, well, ladies and gents, I feel like most of this episode was rambling and ranting. I'm looking at the zoo and I'm like, I've done nothing, man. So I apologize for that. I was wanting to get a bit more of it done, but I think I got a little bit carried away. So hopefully next time, and let's drop the hopefully next time, I'll make a point of, getting as much done here as I possibly can. I'd very much like to see this place improve. The entertainment value is already there. The visitors are already climbing. So what I think I'll do is just wait, I think. We'll wait. We can maybe lower the ticket price a little bit, which might lose us some money, but that's all right. We'll lower the ticket price. We will say, what is this? Boost the entertainment effect from the zoo. Let's do that. Costs a bit more, but that's fine. Advertisement campaign. Yep. Main park. Sure. Well, no, maybe not. Fine for fireworks, meh. Celebrate. Fireworks show every night. That's probably not a good idea for a zoo. Even more fun. Amusement park buildings and then recycled garbage. No, I think we're fine. I think that's fine. So the zoo is going to be a little bit more entertaining for everybody, which is probably what we want it to be. As one final change in this episode, I want to do this. I want to do some grass-lined roads around here so people aren't going to be parking on them. For some reason, I can't upgrade that one. Why not? Space already occupied. Can I take that out and then just extend it? With a bit of anarchy? Yes, I can. There we go. All right, so doing that has given me zoning inside those walls. I'm just going to need to remember to never use it, and we should be totally fine. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.